Here we can see that we have layered a dress shirt. We've layered a dress shirt with a nice V-neck sweater. We've also added a splash of color with the tie here. Ties are a wonderful place to put your personality forward in an outfit. Find a tie that says something about you that pops a little bit of interest in your look. We also paired it with a nice suit coat that fits him beautifully. As you can see, he's not in a suit. He's paired separate with a very nice sport coat and a very nice navy trouser. For those of you who could see previously, Dilbert's pants were short. Matt's are long enough to come down onto his lace and have a beautiful break in the trouser. This is a very appropriate length, and this is also a look that would be completely appropriate if you removed the suit coat and just wore the tie and the sweater vest. Most guys I know wear one layer. We've got three. I understand that all your offices are too warm for this, but what we're trying to represent is there are a lot of ways to be appropriately dressed for work without wearing a suit and tie, without wearing a short sleeve dress shirt. Thank you very much, Matt. Alright, so you've gotten into your first 10 years of career, you're aiming for that corner office, you've gotten the corner office, you're well established. At this point in your career, you usually need to look what's called traditionally business, which means you're probably going to be wearing a suit. You're meeting with clients, you're meeting with sub-consultants. You really need to put together a look that's very polished and very professional. However, some of us haven't necessarily gone shopping on a very frequent basis, and occasionally we'll find ourselves going into our closet and pulling out a suit that might be a little out of date. To represent this look for our female staff, we have Cheryl Moon Siriani, Assistant Executive Director of PennDOT District 12. Pardon me. Cheryl is wearing a charmingly bright-colored suit, circa 1989. While this may have been a perfectly appropriate look in 1989, in 2008 it looks a little outdated. The color is a little too bold for the office. The shoes are a little too conservative. They might look appropriate on her grandmother. And you can see too that sometimes we want to accessorize. We want to put something of our personality out in our outfits. However, an oversized pin and a very busy detailed scarf are not usually the best way to do it. And even if you have a piece of jewelry that you feel really says is you, pairing lots of pieces together really doesn't do anything to help establish your look. Also, you want to make sure that your hairstyle stays current, that it looks fresh, and I would like to point out at this point, none of our models look like this. We have gone to great lengths to emphasize certain bad examples and certain good examples, so when you see these people in the conference later, don't hold it against them that they participated here today. But as you can see, this is an outfit that's intended to be powerful, it's intended to be pulled together, but it's very out of date and it leaves something lacking for this professional woman. Thank you, Cheryl. Now, we have Bev Withiam presenting another outfit by Ann Taylor to show a way for a woman to still wear a suit, to still be pulled together, to still be in charge and very professionally attired, but to mix something that says something about her personality in the details of the suit.
I've got the world
which also comes in three pieces. You
got
can mix and match the pieces. It's a nice way to add a little bit of color to your wardrobe without being too wild and crazy. A printed top underneath the jacket makes the print a little bit more subtle. Nothing too wild and crazy. The skirt length is perfect. The jacket fits nicely. And right here on the shoulders where the seam needs to be. Pulls in at the waist.
Lucky me,
so right at the hip where it's supposed to. Hosiery is also important. Being in the office with the suit, always wear proper hosiery and the proper shoe.
As long as I've got that
Definitely close toe. And you can see we've picked jewelry that accentuate the details of the suit but don't overpower it at all. We've also done a hairstyle that's a little more modern, something a little bit sleeker. It's a good appropriate thing to think about in business. You want to look clean, you want to look polished, and you want to look finished. You don't want to look fussy. Thank you, Beth. Now, we've shown you a way that women can be a little bit of out of date when they get to the corner office position. We have Greg Scott from the Pittsburgh section representing how some of our men can also wind up a little bit out of date. Suits. That were beautiful 15 years ago. Maybe when you were a size or two slimmer. Or didn't go to the gym quite so much. On Greg, we have an outfit that's a double-breasted look, which on most men is a little fashion conservative. These days there are many different ways to do a very nice pulled-together suit that has a single line of buttons. You can see here too, we have a very out-of-date pattern tie with a pocket square that's a little vibrant for the look. As you can see too, we have a choice of a charming brown belt with black shoes. This is a no-no. You want to make sure that you're matching your shoe and your belt colors. The accessories should coordinate so that they work together. Also, you want to be sure that your cleats fit your body nicely and don't bunch in the middle, don't pull open. You want to make sure that you have a pant size that fits you really well so the pleats just fall beautifully on the front of your shoe. And this look, we can see the shoulders may come close to fitting, but our sleeve length leaves a little to be lacking. Make sure that when you get your suit fit, they set an appropriate sleeve length for you. It should not come down onto the thumb like a winter coat, and it should not show your watch. It should not be short enough that we can see that detail. Again, in the pant, you can see that we have a tapered leg. Tapered legs just aren't the thing anymore, guys, I hate to tell you. But find a nice, clean, straight leg pant. Make sure that if they're cuffed, that they really have some length in them so you can get a good break before the pants cuff. And make sure that your footwear, your shoes, are up to date. The old style of dress shoe may come in again, but right now, go with something with a nice square toe, a nice box toe, something with very clean lines, and a good leather. Thank you, Greg. An example of this is being worn by Jorge Suarez, who is the Pittsburgh section president. He is also in a suit from Jose Bank. As you can see here, the length of the sleeves is much more appropriate. The length of the trousers is very appropriate. And again, you can go on for a look that pulls some detail in the thigh. We have a very nicely cut, very professional looking gray suit. You can see that the pleats on the pants fall nicely. The lines are very good. We have paired a black belt with a black shoe. The pants are long enough that we don't see his socks. We have a nice break and a nice cuff going on. We have done a little bit of a pocket square that picks up some colors in the tie but doesn't at all overpower the suit. And we've picked a tie with personality, with a lot of color and a lot of detail, yet that sets off nicely against the gray suit. So we've gotten a look here that says, I am comfortable in the boardroom, I am dressed appropriately for work, but I still have some personality and have some character. Thank you, Jorge. So at this point, we've highlighted a few different things that you really want to be on the watch that you don't do. We've highlighted some things that you really want to look to do. And at this point, I want to thank all of our models.